Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, Jaswanth. Uh,
Sir.
I hope you are able to hear my voice.
Yes, sir. I am. I am able to hear.
Okay, so please introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Jaswanth Chandra. I hail from the coastal city of Kakinada in Andhra Pradesh. I have done my graduation in computer science and engineering from IIT Kanpur. Later, I have worked for 3 years in Samsung R&D Bengaluru, which included a 6 month stint in South Korea. And sir, coming to civil services, previously I have served in Indian Postal Service, and from the last 2 months, I have been undergoing training in Indian Police Service. My hobbies are choreography and cricket blogging.
Okay, Jaswanth. So you have been to Korea. So tell us more about the tiger economies of Asia and why they evolved in this fashion.
The tiger economies of Asia refer to the Eastern economies, which are primarily South Korea and others, which heavily relied on exports for improvement. So they have followed a multi-pronged strategy for the development. One is heavily focusing on exports to various countries. Second, developing their infrastructure and industries stronger. Third, managing their currency value such that their exports become attractive in the international market.
You're now part of Indian Police Service undergoing training.
Yes, sir.
So I would like to ask you a question. Why the general public in India has been fooled, including the educated class, the retired people, by something called digital arrest? What are the reasons why so many people are, even now, there are now advertisements being run by RBI, there is a cognizance taken by the Supreme Court of India. The Ministry of Home Affairs is making efforts. But what have been the reasons why people have been fooled by something called digital arrest, which has no basis at all in law?
So this unfortunate tendency of many people following prey to digital arrest is to multiple reasons. First is due to a lack of awareness about the nature of cybercrime and how it can be used to extort people. Second, these kind of crimes should have been reported to law enforcement agencies, but the lack of reporting shows a probable lack of faith as well. Third, it also indicates the presence of a certain amount of fear in every person, and probably and a probable fear of getting caught for any wrongdoing. So yes, sir, we need more cyber hygiene modules and the awareness about cybercrime so that people don't end up falling prey into that.
Okay, right now we are in that phase when the union budget will be presented on 1st February. And we already have seen that economic survey has been presented. So, what are the critical issues right now affecting Indian economy?
So overall, when we see the Indian economy, I can think of three, four factors in which we need to work on. First is infrastructure, especially with related to intermodal connectivity and logistics costs. Second is the issue with social sector, which includes education, health, and skilling, due to which we are unable to use our human resource to the fullest. Third is over reliance on agriculture, over most population employed in agriculture sector and an underdeveloped secondary sector. And finally, our exports are still not up to the potential, which are being further complicated by supply chain disruptions and tariffs.
Okay. We have heard another slogan called One Nation, One Election. So, do you agree with this? Or if yes, then please give reasons why you support this kind of proposal or initiative which has been launched, and it's in a fairly advanced stage.
Sir, One Nation, One Election has been quite in news recently. It does offer several advantages, like ensuring that parties can focus on governance instead of being perpetually in a campaign mode. This also helps in reducing the unfortunate tendencies of populism before elections. So, yes, sir. However, there are concerns that local issues might get neglected in favor of national issues and regarding the logistics. But I believe Indian voter and the Indian democracy is mature enough to differentiate between the both. And Election Commission has given the statement that it can handle the logistics. Hence, with adequate arrangements and preparations, we can go forth with one nation, one election. So,
If you have been taught or being taught in your academy, would it be possible to simultaneously provide the security coverage for holding elections? States like West Bengal need 1,000 companies for holding elections. Then we have Northeast, we have Kashmir. So over the years, Election Commission of India has kind of deliberately kept out state police forces for election duties on the booth. So do you think really someone has done the homework that if we hold simultaneous elections, the same level of security coverage will be provided? What is your opinion?
sir, I only have a limited idea with respect to the election management, but if you permit, I'll try to reason it out.
Yeah,
Maybe
just brief answer. I don't want an expert's view.
yes, sir. So there's that's as I pointed out can be an issue, but I believe maybe we can have a phase-wise conduction of elections, or having state police of one state maybe deputed in another states to avoid local pollutions, etc. So with that planning, probably we can plan the security arrangement in such a manner that our elections remain sacrosanct.
Okay, Jaswant. So that's all from my side at this moment. So
Thank you, sir.
our next panelist will put you through to some questions from his side.
Jaswanth, uh, uh, computer science from IIT Kanpur
Yes, sir.
and working in Samsung. What attracted you to join civil service?
So when I worked at Samsung, I used to work in the camera department. And I always felt the most exciting thing about my work back then was the real world application of it. Features which were being deployed by me, being used by people all around me. And civil services provides me a broader canvas to do the same and to do it in a wide variety of areas. In addition, the kind of exposure it provides, the kind of opportunities, both at the grassroots level and later at the policy making level. So, keeping all these avenues in mind, these attracted me towards civil services. So,
Give me one example as an engineer you feel what you would like to implement AI at a grassroots level.
sir, so a couple of days ago, there was a friend of mine who's a fitness enthusiast. So he was showing me this Healthify Me app. So when it can take a photo of our plate and can show the nutritional content of it. So why not can we have similar apps to monitor the nutritional content in the midday meals to ensure that quality is being maintained? And this can further be extended to monitor the quality of PDS and many more. So such AI training models, specific AI models can be deployed at a lower cost and can also ensure real-time monitoring and quality service delivery.
Okay. Now, India-US tariff, what is happening, going on, how it is affecting Andhra Pradesh as in its economy?
Sir, coming to Andhra Pradesh, it used to be one of the major exports of fisheries to US. So that is one sector that is currently getting affected. With respect to the other sectors, which are exactly, I'm not exactly aware of what are the exact exports from AP to US. I'll read about the others.
Okay. Andhra is as a present Andhra and earlier also, it is a tech state. Okay. Any new thing happening in technology, Andhra adopts it. How it is adapting to artificial intelligence?
Sir, in recent times, there have been quite a few steps that are being taken. First, an AI university is being established, I suppose in Amravati or Vizag. Second, at the recent Davos summit, there were talks of establishing AI centers of excellence in the state. And third, not just AI, it's also expanding to other technologies such as AI Quantum Valley in establishment of Quantum Valley in Amravati. So these are some of the steps I can think of.
Okay. Okay. And what do you mean by decriminalization of acts?
Sir, decriminalization refers to removing the criminal punishments for acts and converting them into maybe fines instead of, and removing the imprisonment and related provisions. So come.
Okay. Okay, finally, why Kakinada is famous for?
So there are multiple aspects. One, it's the
Give
home
me
of
two.
the. Okay, sir. So in an economic level, it's the home of the upcoming world's largest green ammonia project. And on a cultural level, it's famous for Uppada Jamdani saris and Kakinada Kaja, which is a delicacy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you, Jaswanth. So,
Thank you.
Jaswanth, it's quite interesting to see you have taken optional as chemistry, although you are a CSE student.
Yes,
So, can you tell me what interested you?
ma'am. So computer science was not present in the list of optionals. So now I wanted to have a subject which I am interested in, has some bit of problem solving, and it has also good scoring pattern. So based on these three aspects, I have studied chemistry in JE, and I'm also quite interested in it. So based on these aspects, I have chosen chemistry as an optional.
There was a recent project on using biodegradable waste in road projects. Can you recall?
Ma'am, one project that comes to my mind is usage of waste in road construction in Bengaluru. If there's any particular project, other project you're referring to, I'll read about it.
Biobitumen. It's about biobitumen.
Okay, ma'am. I'm not aware of it, ma'am. I'll read about it.
Okay. So, there is if you understand chemical industries are, okay, tell me about this acid attack victims. What we should be regulating on this prevention of usage of acids.
Ma'am, we can have interventions from three sides. First, with respect to availability of asset, we need to have a supply chain tracing for substances like acids. Second, we need to empower women to report any potential offenders to the criminal justice system and reduce the stigmatization of sexual offenses. Third, if any such unfortunate incident happens, we, as under criminal justice system, need to make sure that offenders are punished quickly and severely, so that adequate deterrence is set up for the rest.
Jashwant, what is your weakness?
Ma'am, I have a tendency generally to plan more, but over time I have realized that the actual feedback comes from action. So that is one thing I'm consciously working upon, to build a bias towards more action.
So, how interested are you in cricket blogging? How many followers do you have?
No, ma'am. I generally write a blog and share it on status and all. So it doesn't work on a
So, what is
blogging
your
method. I only share. Ma'am, sorry.
okay? What is your recent analysis?
So I have written about how Test cricket can reinvent itself to stay relevant in the coming years. So
Okay,
should I explain, ma'am?
please.
Okay. So I felt broadly we can do three reasons. First is converting from a 5-day test match to a 4-day format, so that the peak of the action can always happen on weekends, Thursday to Sunday, next Thursday to Sunday, and Thursday to Sunday. Second, we need to move from day matches to day-night matches so that more people can catch up with it. Third, we need to remove this tag of test playing nation and ensure more nations can play test cricket, and which includes associate nations as well.
Is there is a one case that is slapped on you, Yashwant, that has given, say for example, you have misbehaved with a girl. What would be your take on that?
Ma'am, I have full faith in the the justice system we have. So whenever there's complaint filed, I'll ensure that I'll cooperate with with the investigation, whatever is supposed to happen. Second, I'll also help in whatever evidence that I can collect from my side, and also whatever is there. Rest, I'll completely fully cooperate, and I mean I have full faith that I'll come out innocent.
Thank you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thanks.
Yes, sir, to the feedback time. Thank you. Sorry. Jashwant, you have
Ma'am.
a very good energy, Jashwant. So
Thank you,
being
ma'am.
a professional, it is a really hard time, but still you are thing. But Jashwant, in your face expression, you can see the video back. Don't wait for the acknowledgement of your answers.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, you are waiting for an acknowledgement of your answer, which you cannot expect. The panel will be emotionless. So don't wait for the acknowledgement. You just understand the rapport and just keep answering.
Is it at the end of the answer or in between the answer am I waiting?
No, end of the answer.
End of the
For
answer. Okay.
yeah, for sir's question, you were waiting for the acknowledgement. You were
Okay.
doubting whether you have answered it right or wrong. Do not give that expression at all.
Okay.
Otherwise, you are very good. Still more, you can practice and come up with the better answers. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Jaswanth, you have good knowledge and you know how to answer questions also. Try to be brief. Whenever state, no, Andhra, you have done the data centers. Andhra is, yeah, the
Yes,
Meta
sir.
also you heard me. Google
Yes, sir.
also you heard it. You mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4. That's sufficient, I think, instead of AI university, all those things. Yeah, that shows that the state specific what is happening in your relevant area also it is useful. Okay. Some relevancy with this because he was an engineer and that too in CS. Yes, especially with AI, how it is being helping in rural areas. Mostly in rural areas, you should help in health sector and education. What I feel, you may be because midday meal and all is a part of the education only. And whatever you give examples, it should be appealing. Appealing exam, you can think over it. Otherwise, you're good. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Jaswanth, you have been climbing steadily. So this is possibly the last step you are looking to upgrade yourself in terms of service. So how would you rate your today's performance?
Sir, I think I have been able to check. I mean, in terms of delivery, I've been able to do so. But in some of the questions, maybe I got a bit fast. I mean, they were not structured properly. But overall, I think I've been able to do whatever at least I wanted to in terms of delivery. There's knowledge gaps, I'll fill them, sir.
And how many hours you're able to get right now to prepare for
Sir,
this?
maybe just 3-4 hours per day at max.
Okay. And your interview date, how many days you have got right now?
Sir, it's on February 3rd.
Oh, quite early. Then one can't really advise you to brush up your knowledge. So you will have to keep reading about the budget, which is coming on first.
Sir.
Economic affairs, we didn't ask you much. You have taken chemistry. So applied part of chemistry, expect 1 or 2 questions.
Okay, sir.
Any development in industries related to chemical engineering, which are coming up, or any new technology, or if your last Nobel laureate in chemistry, his theory and its application part, this you can brush up before going to your interview.
Okay.
And lastly, I think you will pay some attention to your grooming. Today you are in
Yes, sir. Yes,
academic
sir.
tracksuit, yeah. So you will have to be properly dressed.
Yes, sir.
In the sense that at least blazer, coat, tie, and that's expected of
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir. Here it's done for dress code, so I had to attend like this. I'll surely
Yeah.
give attention.
So based on today's performance, I would like to give you about 175 marks.
Okay, sir.
But there is a scope for improvement. If you are able to make better impression, that you have been given some tips, and if you are able to brush up at last moment and show some more enthusiasm on your face.
Okay, sir.
All right. So that whatever answers you are giving, they may be correct, they may be good, may be very good. But if you show a little bit of more passion, then the board will like to give you marks on a higher side. This is again trying to read the psychology of the board.
Yes, sir.
So that's all from our side. So all
Sir,
this.
just a question, like how has the delivery and all the rest of the like that? I mean, apart from the knowledge, the delivery one is enthusiasm you have mentioned that I'll make note of. Any other sessions with respect to the delivery or how I'm structuring answers, or am I answering in haste or confidence and all?
I'll give you an honest answer because you have been working. So try to look a little more confident. You're not a fresher or first timer. You've already done 2 jobs in the civil services. And prior to that, one in corporate. Samsung, you have worked, you said.
Yes, sir.
So you have good work experience. At least this season, the mock interviews which I have participated in, I have not seen people with 2 or 3 experiences. So I think in the actual board also, you'll be one of the few candidates who are going with this kind of experience. So then the expectation of the board goes a little more. They will expect more maturity out of you. Content-wise is fine, but then you have to also show in your face. You have to look confident, you have to look, and your answers should sound as coming from a mature personality.
Okay, sir.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
then.